Hello everybody, I'm Jilliana, Ranicar-Breese, author of Jilliana's vignettes. And they're all true stories, even though they may not appear to be true. This one is called Liberties, Liberties being the famous department store in London. My magical husband, Martin Breese, and I moved lock, stock and barrel from trendy Notting Hill. We had sold our Bieber house to the antique clock dealer, Nigel Rafferty, who had a prestigious shop of tic-tocs in Kensington Church Street. We were meant to be downsizing from our Victorian abode at 164 Kensington Park Road, originally owned by the designer Barbara Hulaniki of Bieber fame, to a smaller one in Georgian Brighton. Our new house at 10 Hanover Crescent, Brighton, was immense and not what we meant to buy, but my dear, now departed husband jumped up and down when he viewed it, mouthing to me that he wanted it and would not speak to me if he didn't get his doll's house. Bang went the plan to make a killing on the property market and downsize, investing the vast profits on stocks and shares and semi-retire. In fact, we ended up with 2 enormous drawing rooms separated by a gracious hall to be opened up for the receptions and lavish parties that we were not going to be giving, also housing a magnificent mahogany staircase to heaven above. How I longed for a large, comfortable burgundy sofa so I could stretch out in front of the fake roaring Georgian-style gas fire. I chose the front reception room and decorated à la Française, hanging French prints and ornamentalia from my days in London and Paris as an antiques dealer. The floor-to-ceiling windows looked out over Hanover Crescent's lovely gardens with trees and shrubs tended by Richard, our talented gardener. I could see magpies on the lawn, but I had nowhere to sit and contemplate. Martin had the inevitable goggle box in the back lounge with the 2 maroon sofas from our London house, so he was all right, Jack. I was not, but a trip to London to meet an Australian friend changed all that. She chose to meet at Liberty's social stationery department. After we looked at classy Liberty print blank books and greetings cards, we ventured to the Indian textile department, and then I got bored window shopping and I left her and wandered off. I accidentally found myself in the small furniture department. Nothing there visually caught my attention until I was leaving. I stopped and gasped. There, waiting for my ample body to sink heavily into, I saw not 1 but 2 enormous, regal, sumptuous burgundy sofas. Just my style. The universe had answered my prayer. Antique looking, with long wooden curved pelmet under the seat, a sofa for 3, big and deep enough to sleep on in front of the roaring hot flames in the grey marbled Georgian heath. The sister, 2-seater, next to it seemed abandoned. No ticket, price ticket on either. Priceless. I tested the quality of the sumptuous textile upholstery. Satisfied, I sank back and relaxed into the abundant cushions propped up along the back of my sofa. There were about 4 enormous ones. I wanted these majestic sofas at any price. I collared the young lovely with a plum in his throat, demanding to know the price of the pair. He coughed nervously and asked me to make an offer. And this was upmarket Liberties? He then confessed that the retail price had been £2,500 for the large one and £1,500 for the smaller one, but the famous anonymous owner had sent them back, and Liberties could not refuse. Why? Who had graced these sofas? He could not say, discretion being the name of the game. The small department obviously had no room for them. They had been made to order, and they were obviously already second-hand. He inveigled me to buy a Liberty card, to become a Liberty Card member, so I would get 10% off merchandise. I did. He showed me a minute scratch on the wooden pelmet and slightly wonky arm. Easily rectified, but I noticed a slight white stain near to my derriere. Who had been bonking after closing time, I wondered. The lovely was pleading with his eyes, casually mentioning that there would be a furniture sale in 2 weeks' time, and I could make a reasonable offer. Transport would be £50 extra. He didn't even have a camera to take a photograph, and iPhones had not even been invented. I returned and excitedly described my discovery to Martin. Get them, he said. I trust your good taste and judgment. I rang after when the sale was about to begin, asking for the Mr. Lovely. I can offer £650 for the pair, including polishing the scratch, mending the wobbly arm, free transport, and cleaning the spunk off the cushion. I commanded him. There followed a nervous British cough. He said he had to speak to his manager and would call me back within the hour. All agreed, and a suggested £750 was hastily accepted. We became the proud owners of a regal addition to our already prestigious black plaque historic house, which Dickens and Hardy frequently visited in the days when it had been lived in by the well-known publisher Horace Smith, next door to number 11, where Sir Rowland Hill of the postage stamp fame resided. Dickens usually stayed at the prestigious Bedford Hotel on the seafront. I recounted my Liberty saga to a sofa bed dealer I knew in Brighton. Jilliana, he said, you should not have used the vulgar word spunk, but bodily fluids. Thank you.